Hi, and welcome to another tutorial by Mr. Petrimo. Today we are going to learn to make an interactive slideshow using Google Slides. So the first thing that we're going to do is use our new trick and go to a new tab and type in the word slide.new. That's my new trick. This automatically tells Google to make a brand new slideshow, and you don't even have to go to Google for it. I love that trick. Now I'm going to get rid of the text boxes that come up. The first thing that you do, and I want a nice blank slate. Now, the trick to making this interactive is to have a background that is not clickable, and then you put layers over top of the background that are clickable. So our first step is making our background into our graphic that we're going to turn into a interactive piece. And I decided to go with the Earth's crust for this demonstration, and I chose this graphic to start with. Now, when I insert that as the background, you see the problem is it stretches it to fit. And I really need to have space on this slide for my information. I have atmosphere, crust, upper mantle, lower mantle, outer core, and inner core. And I'm going to need space on the side of this. So I'm going to clear this background. And instead of that, I'm going to go to Insert Image, and I'm going to upload that same graphic that I chose. And this time I'm going to resize it and reposition it. So I'm going to put this over to the side, and I'm going to make it just a little bit narrower to give me space. Now I want my information to go in this white area right here. And then I want this to be the background of the slide. The trouble with this is as you layer these, if this is a graphic that's just on the slide, there is a potential that you could click on it and then all of your invisible links will go underneath this picture. And we don't want to take that chance. So we're going to put this on our blank slide, and then we're going to use the snipping tool to make a new snip. And we are, oops, cancel. I have to click off so my little frame, when you click on it, you have this blue frame around it. I do not want that in my graphic. So I'm going to go back on my snipping tool again and hit new. And then I'm going to snip the entire slide with my empty space on the right. And I'm going to turn that into a graphic. Now I don't like that little line across the top, so I'm going to try again. I'm going to hit the new button and try again. And this time I'm going to make sure I'm just down a little bit so I don't get that dark line across the top. Resize, perfect. So now that's gone. Now I need to save this as a file. I can't copy and paste. So I need to go to File and Save As. And I'm going to say, I'm going to just call it graphic. Now I'm going to go back to my slideshow and get rid of this one that's on top and put our new one as the background. So you click your background button and you go to Choose Image and choose an image to upload. This time we're going to do the one that's captured and has the white on the right side. So I'm going to double click that one, and now our background is set. And now this is not clickable. So you cannot click on that at all, and we have all of our area here. Now I'm going to want to set each one of these categories up on its own page. So as I click on atmosphere, I'm going to go to the atmosphere slide, and it's going to have the different information on the Earth's atmosphere. And same for crust. So each one of these are going to have their own slide. But I need my master slide to be slide number 1. Now we're going to duplicate this slide, and I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more identical slides. So I can right click and click in duplicate slide. The reason why I don't want to add this to the theme is because I would like the option of being able to enter a blank slide if I want. And if you add this graphic to your theme, then you no longer have that. So I want to leave that off the theme. Duplicate slide, duplicate slide, duplicate slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, now I have my base one set up. Now I'm going to go back to slide 1, and I'm going to insert my title text box. So I'm going to draw that in. I'm going to say resize it nicely. layers of the earth. I'm going to center everything and maybe even give it a nice background color. Shorten that up just a bit so that it's nice and even. And there is my nice title slide. Now, each of these is going to have a title slide too. So I'm going to go ahead and insert those. But they're going to have text boxes with information for my kids. Or my audience, I should say my audience. So I'm going to type in the title slide, atmosphere, and then I'm going to copy and paste that. I'm going to paste it in here and change it to Crust and the inner core. Now I have my text boxes set up. I can go back in and fill those in. But one thing I want to do is make these little boxes right here clickable. And I want the atmosphere box to take me to the atmosphere page. And then I want the crust box to take me to the crust page. But if I'm on the outer core page, I want it to not matter. I can still click on crust and go back to the crust page. So that's what makes it interactive. So the trick in that is going back to your master slide, the very first slide, and we're going to insert some shapes here. Now these are square. These are nice and square. So this makes it very easy. We can insert shapes and go to the square button. If you have something that's an odd shape, the way to do that, the trick around that is to go to the line and go to the polyline. The polyline will let you select different shapes just like this and turn them into objects. But ours is nice and easy. We're going to just select that insert shape and we're going to choose a square and we're going to draw them in. Now I'm going to draw it right over the word atmosphere. It's going to insert a text box right over that word, but we're going to make it invisible. So in order to do that, while you still have your text box selected, you're going to come up to the paint can and you're going to choose transparent. But we still have a line around there, so we're going to have to choose the border color also as transparent. That makes that box disappear. So when I'm not clicking on it, I can't even see it. But when I click on it, there it is. My object is still there. Now I want this object, when I click it, to take me to page 2, the atmosphere, the slide 2. So I'm going to go back on that object and I'm going to go up to Insert Link. And on that link, you have an option to go into Slides in this presentation. And I'm going to go down to Slide 2 is the atmosphere slide. And I'm going to hit Apply. Slide 2, Apply. Then I'm going to repeat, Insert, Shape, Square, and I'm going to do the same thing on the crust. Now, to expedite this process a little bit, I'm going to take this shape and I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to paste, put one over the mantle, paste, put one over the lower mantle, paste, put one over the outer core. Control V is the shortcut for pasting, by the way. Control V as in victory. Control V. Oh, I should have made those invisible before I pasted. Why didn't I do that? So I'm going to go back to the paint can and choose transparent and the line color and transparent. Then I'm going to get rid of these ones that have the fill color, and I'm going to take this transparent one and copy that one and then paste. Now I have an invisible one. And paste, paste, Control V again. Control V is your friend. And paste. There, now I have all my objects in place. My atmosphere already has the link, so now I have to one at a time click on the crust, go back to the insert link and slides in this presentation. This time the crust is slide 3. I'm going to hit slide 3 and apply. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the mantle. The mantle is slide 4. So slide 4 and apply. The upper mantle, that was. The lower mantle, click on the link, This one is slide 5. Apply. The outer core, hit the insert link. Slide 6. Apply. And the inner core, insert link. And the last slide, slide 7, and apply. Now I have all of those objects copied and ready to go. And now I need to get them all onto the other slide. So I am going to select all, and then holding down the Shift button, I am going to deselect my layers of the earth box. So I still have all of my little boxes left. There's another trick around that, and that is to simply draw a box around the things you want to select, and it will also select all. Then I'm going to Control C and copy those, and go to slide 2 and paste. And there are my links. Now I'm going to check them. Slide 2, slide 3, right here. You can just click on them and check them to make sure they copied and pasted correctly. If you insert them the wrong way, they will reassign this slide, so you have to be careful and double check them. So slide 2 is done, slide 3, paste, slide 4, paste, slide 5, paste, slide 6, paste, and slide 7, paste. And I'm just going to go through and check on my last slide. Yes, it pasted them correctly. So they each have their own slide number. All right, now we're almost done. So now we're going to go back to this first slide, and we're going to check our presentation by running it. So I'm going to hit the Present button. It's going to load up my presentation, and now if I click on the atmosphere, it should take me to my atmosphere page with all my atmosphere information. And if I go on the inner core, I'm now on the inner core page. And then I want to go to the upper mantle. So now I can go back to the atmosphere. Oops, there's a student question on the atmosphere. Let's go back to the atmosphere. And then now we can go to the crust, and it is completely interactive and very cool and very handy. So there you go. There's another tutorial with Mr. Petrimo. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.